So today, we're diving into a term that often gets tossed around but can be misunderstood: servant leadership. It sounds kind of soft, right? Maybe even a bit outdated. But if you're a Scrum Master, or really anyone working in Agile, understanding it is crucial. It's not just a buzzword, it's a mindset that can transform your team. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is servant leadership?
Great question. Servant leadership was introduced by Robert Greenleaf back in the 1970s, but its relevance is only growing today, especially in Agile teams. Essentially, it flips traditional leadership on its head. Instead of leading from the top, where you're making all the decisions, you lead from beside. You serve the team first so they can succeed. Your role is to remove obstacles, elevate voices, and guide without controlling. It's about making the team the priority.
Right. And when we talk about Scrum, this becomes even more important. In Scrum, you're not managing people, you're empowering them. As a Scrum Master, your job isn't to be the boss, it's to be the coach and facilitator. You're there to protect the team's autonomy, guide them toward transparency, and hold on to the Agile values, especially when things get tough. Servant leadership lets you do all of that without having to pull rank.
Absolutely. The whole point is to guide the team, not dictate to them. But there are a lot of myths out there about what servant leadership really means. Some people think it's just about being passive or overly agreeable. But real servant leaders know when to challenge the team, speak truth, and ask tough questions. It's not about making everyone comfortable. It's about making the team better.
Exactly. A lot of people confuse it with being a doormat. But that's far from the truth. Sometimes, being a servant leader means stepping up and calling things out. So, let's break it down a little more practically. How do we actually act as servant leaders in our daily work?
First and foremost, listen before solving. Don't jump in with solutions right away. Be curious about what the team needs. Then, elevate every voice. That means creating space for the quieter folks, making sure everyone feels heard. Next, protect the sprint goal. Keep the focus clear, and don't let chaos derail the team's attention. And finally, you have to encourage self-management. You're not supposed to lead every ceremony. Your goal is to teach the team how to lead themselves.
Love that. The whole idea of self-management is key. It's about setting the team up for success, so they don't need to rely on you for every decision. And I think it's important to emphasize the role of coaching here. You're there for those one-on-one, honest, empathetic conversations. It's not just about getting things done. It's about growing the team.
Totally. I had a moment that really shifted how I saw servant leadership. There was this senior developer on my team, super talented, but he dominated every conversation. The team was starting to pull back, and morale was dipping. So, instead of confronting him publicly, I asked him privately, "How do you think the team is feeling right now?" That sparked a real conversation about collaboration, tone, and impact. From then on, he started listening more. I didn't force him to change, I just made space for it.
That's such a great example. It shows that servant leadership isn't about forcing change. It's about creating the conditions for change to happen naturally. It's about guiding, not controlling.
Exactly. And for anyone wondering how to actually practice servant leadership in their own teams, the key is simple. Stop trying to be in charge. Instead, serve with purpose. Ask better questions, create psychological safety, and lead with empathy and structure. Your team doesn't need a manager. They need a guide.
I love that. So, here's the challenge for our listeners this week. Try one thing from servant leadership. Ask your team what they need, and don't jump to fix it. Just listen. And let us know how it goes. Drop a comment or reach out. We'd love to hear about your experiences.
Definitely. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time for more real Agile coaching, servant leadership tips, and Scrum Master survival guides.